Hello, welcome back everyone. I have not recorded for probably a solid 2 months, so that's wonderful. That is great. We're gonna see how well this goes. Welcome back to Final Fantasy 15. So, I honestly don't even really remember where we left off. I kind of know vaguely where we're at. We were just completing side missions and the little quests that you get from these kinds of things here. Oh, the bounty is gone. Oh, I completely forgot the bounty is gone. Alright. So, I don't... I could eat a horse. So, I don't even remember, like, what is left here. Let's see.
What would you like?
What would you like? I want to hunt.
Think you're up to the task?
Indeed I do, actually.
Good luck to you.
Yeah. Oh, I got 3,700 gil. Sweet.
Take care out there.
I am a veteran at this. Alright, and I turned the subtitles on. However far we are into the game now, I just turned the subtitles on, because I was like, oh, some people probably can't hear what's going on. Alright. So... I don't know why I'm holding shift. I keep holding shift to sprint. That is not how you sprint in this game. Do I run? It's 0.26 miles away. Yeah, you know what, let's run.
Everything in order? Yep. Right behind you.
Real nice here.
Yeah.
Real nice here. I also haven't played a game on the PC for probably a solid 2 months either, so it's completely foreign to me. Completely foreign to me now. For anyone that hasn't seen the one YouTube short that I had uploaded, I am also doing some stuff with 3D modeling, actually. I'm trying to get into both Blender and Maya. Not for any particular reason, like Maya is an industry standard, so like I've been dumping a lot of time into that, but I've also been dumping a lot of time into Blender, just because I don't necessarily prefer softwares like Blender. You know, it's like I talk to friends and classmates from when I was in school. And they just kind of look at me and be like, oh yeah, you know, it's like, you just like Blender because it's free. It's like, no, it's not just because it's free. There's a lot of other, like, quite positive mentality that I believe surrounds the software. So I find it to be a pretty inspirational thing to get into, and especially be around the community. So that's why I quite like it. But Maya is just an industry standard. A lot of people don't. A lot of employers wouldn't take you seriously if you don't know how to use Maya. At least right now. The landscape's kind of changing quite a bit, but yeah. So I've been spending the last couple of months just kind of grinding through all that and doing that myself. I hope to actually be able to post some more things, to whether it's Instagram or YouTube Shorts in the vein of that kind of stuff, just to kind of show what I've been working on. For anyone that's interested in that kind of stuff. Get him! Get him! Oh, it's been a while. Oh, it's been a while since I played this game. Oh, that was bad. Get him, get him! Woo! Get him! Yeah! Get him! Cool. Is it? Oh, yeah! Oh, ouch! Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. Oh yeah. Tempest, Piercer, Tempest. And my nose is immediately itchy again. Oh, I missed it. No, I missed the QTE. Okay. Whoa, whoa. Get him. Oh, Christ. Ah. The broadswords are incredibly strong, but holy crap, they attack really slowly. Okay, I'm not gonna miss the QTE this time. Holy Gladiol could even hit the thing! Ah. Get him! Ah. Whoa, he just kicked me in the face. I'm starving. Probably just shot the ground. Oh, get another blind sight! Oh. Okay, hit him this time, Gladio. Ah! There you go. Dodge. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get him.
I'm on it.
Ah! Oh, I did not mean to use... Well, he's got a really powerful gun, though, so let's see. Whoa! Yeah!
I'm dying of thirst here.
I'm starving to death. And yet we're all
Hey.
very much alive.
Noct is also hungry as well. No. I'm gonna need to make some lunch here in the next bit, but... Ah, I forgot how smooth PC games are. I've also been obsessed with Pokemon Soul Silver, so something I've been working on in Blender is a small recreation. I just want to make sure that this is not actually gonna pop up in the OBS recording. I had my no, I don't want to quit. Something I've been working on in Blender actually is because I've been so obsessed with Pokemon Soul Silver, I've been working on a scene from what is that city called? It's the second city you visit, Violet City. That's what it is.
Beautiful day. Indeed.
Why are you not sprinting? There you go. Now he's sprinting. But I've been working on a scene of Violet City actually. So I've been playing my DS a lot, and it's not the original DS that it came out on, like the DSi.
Hey, you want to watch where you're going?
I did used to have a DSi XL somewhere. That I still have it. It's a lovely device, wonderful device. I could not recommend that enough. Like the screen is quite big. It's bright. It's vibrant. For a DS, the resolution's also really high.
So how about a breather?
Cause I'm not actually really enjoying the experience that you get from standard DS games on the 3DS XL, because I have a 3DS XL. But because the original DS games were in a 4:3 aspect ratio, and the 3DS is actually in 16, or at least the top display. The top display of the 3DS is in 16:9. So so you wind up getting these black bars that kind of crop down your screen, but also compared to the original display on the DSi XL, unless I'm like severely misremembering, it's still smaller even though it's a 3DS XL. So your actual overall experience is not as blown up on a big display, but it's still incredibly enjoyable. I highly, if anybody like has access to those games or like has them tucked away in a corner somewhere, or you're into
You're alive.
some older games such as that, I highly recommend Soul Silver and Heart Gold. Probably one of the most ambitious Pokemon games that I'd ever played, just because you get two different regions. You get the Johto and Kanto
Boys
region.
must be hungry. These are some pretty tough customers.
Indeed they are. I don't even remember,
Be careful.
I don't even remember what level I am. Let's see. Oh, I'm level 10. Okay.
Welcome.
Um,
What would
but-
you like?
but wonderful games, and I
You're
finally
up to the task.
opted to pick it up again after having not played it for quite a long time. And yeah, I just immediately fell back in love with it again. It's
Good luck, boys.
but yeah, so obviously completely different experience from a PC game. So diving back into this is like kind of almost surreal to me, because I'm genuinely not used to it anymore. So it's a real treat for the senses. Oops, I did not mean to.
The roads are perilous at night. Let us wait for morning.
No. Disagree. I don't want to be
I
rude.
won't stop you. But there's a thin line betwixt bravery and stupidity.
Oh, Igni. Oh, always being the wiser one of the bunch. So how far is this? 0.37 miles? It's only level 14. I would genuinely feel a lot safer meandering out like this if I had,
Time
Time to go.
Right behind you.
If I had the
Whatever you might.
chocobos, but I'm still not to that point where I can rent them just yet. Also, another reason as to why I was so delayed in getting out a lot of different kinds of recordings is because
Out of sorts, not.
You need to take better care of yourself.
I thought that's what you two were for.
When was the last time I actually slept? Okay, so maybe after this, I'll take a break and tally out my XP and stuff like that. But another reason that delayed me for a long time with recording is that I did a recording of Kerbal Space Program 2. I think I explained this in another video that I have sitting on my hard drive somewhere that I need to upload. Because this is just through my webcam, which is obviously not great. Like the lighting sucks, the visual quality sucks. It's just not pretty. So I tried recording my the face cam on my phone and then transferring the files over to Premiere and After Effects to kind of like try to blend them all together there. But for some reason Premiere was just not happy with that, and it would end up it would wind up overloading the memory on my computer whenever I would try to render out the video, and I have no idea why. Like it wasn't like it wasn't like it was a raw file. It wasn't like I was rendering it to a raw file or anything like that. Just for some unknown reason, it just Premiere was not happy. And I think the biggest reason that it was not happy is that it was mismatched frame rates. So when I recorded on my phone, it said it was 60 frames a second, so it would match what the actual gameplay recording is. But when I checked the file properties, it actually recorded in at like a really weird frame rate of like 39.73 or something like that. Just some really wonky frame rate, and I think that had to do with because I was using the front-facing camera on my phone, not the back-facing camera. So it probably had to do some like digital trickery to get a brighter image, thus lowering the frame rate to get longer. To get better exposure, but thus it had to lower the frame rate. And supposedly Premiere will chug. Like supposedly Premiere will chug and renders will take a lot longer with mismatched frame rates, but it shouldn't be that much of a problem so long as you're patient enough to wait for Premiere to kind of sort to figure out how stuff is gonna match up. But yeah, just for some reason I couldn't even get it rendered out, and I tried rendering it in bits and pieces, but it just always ran out of memory, and not just physical memory as well. Like it would fill up the pager file actually, like the virtual memory that Windows uses to supplement physical memory if your RAM fills up. So So yeah, like, and I struggled with that for probably like a solid 2 weeks in all honesty, like just like correcting things. I tried working through a proxy workflow, which was like the biggest recommendation that I got looking around online for what you could do to improve your rendering performance and make it easier on the computer to work with. But proxies wouldn't render, and that was also just because of physical limitation of memory, because when you're working with proxies, they convert your files over to usually it defaults to ProRes, but you can select it to other file types. And ProRes is just very easy for the computer to work with. So I tried doing that, ran out of memory. I tried re-encoding everything over to like a low and high res ProRes. Didn't work. One thing I never tried to do is actually transcoding it to like an H.265, either 30 or 60 frames a second. I have no idea why. That honestly probably would have solved a lot of my problems. Ow. Oh, I did not realize how low my health and my team's health is. So what does Mark actually do? Oh, it damages them all. Oh. Wow, Mark is actually quite useful. Whoa! What? So yeah, I'm back to using the webcam for this, just because I don't want to have any other problems until I can kind of get back into the groove of things. The couple of videos that I have waiting to be uploaded are. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Where's Prompto? Prompto! Prompto! I'm coming! Prompto! Hang in there! Okay, they got him. Oh my god, okay. Is that gonna help me? Is that gonna help me? Okay, like, barely. When the leader runs out of HP, they enter a state of danger, impairing their abilities. Their maximum HP falls over time, and after taking damage in this state, when their max HP drops to 0, the game is over. Yeah. So that's what the Phoenix Downs are for, and I'm very happy that I have some Phoenix Downs for that. But yeah, so I'm just trying to kind of get back into the swing of things and actually adhere to a proper schedule, because I have not been able to do that since my Callisto Protocol playthrough. Get out of the way! Go away! Whoa! I dodged the one, but I did not get the second time. Come on! Oh, we're getting our asses whooped. Okay, what? The elixir... Yeah, the elixir completely restores my health, so those are probably going to be a little marginally more important than the, Ignis, 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 let me run! Okay, get to Ignis, get to Ignis, get to Ignis! Get to Ignis! No, no, get to Ignis! Okay. Get him, get him! Cool. Alright, alright, oh crap. Yeah, I still do not have that upgrade that lets me restore half of the health that I lose if I dodge just quick enough in time. Oh, I missed. Yeah. 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 Oh! Beat him! Beat the shit out of him! Oh crap. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, Christ. Oh, Igni's down. No! Okay, where's Igni? Get him, get him, get him. Okay, good. Whoa, whoa! Oh, the camera's slow. Woo! Prompto! Where's Prompto? Prompto, Prompto. There you are.
I messed up again.
No, you didn't. These are just tough enemies, but we'll make it. We'll persevere. Oh my god, Prompto. Prompto! Oh, Jesus. Whoa. Okay, now it's getting bad. Now it's getting bad. Where's my Phoenix Downs? Here. Igni.
Ignis!
Cool. Okay. So, why can't I use it on Prompto? Elixir, let's use that on Prompto.
Okay.
Okay. So, kind of get them back out of these situations. Oh, Christ. Okay, we need large areas of attack. Come on. We're weeding our way down. We're getting them. We're getting them. We're getting there. Oh, I'm hunching forward. I'm so tense. Whoa! Get out! Dodge. Okay. Oh, Christ. Prompto. Get up. Oh, I still can't use the potion. Well, it doesn't seem like I can count on you all that much. Oh, we are like... I've only gotten 2? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, this is not going well. I thought that we took down 3 of them. Well, now we did. So, okay, now it is... Oh, now it is 4 against 2. We're outnumbering them. We outnumber them. Yeah! One more. One more. Get him. Oh, ow. Ow. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Get him. Yeah! Oh. Yeah!
Something to look forward to.
Wow.
No wood
I,
in the park.
wow, I actually got really good grades for that, just the time. It's dangerous to travel at night. Map, return to rest point. No, I'm walking. I don't know why I insist on walking. Actually, you know what? No, yeah, I am just gonna... Wait, where is it gonna kick me back to? I'm normally not a fan of fast travel. I'm usually not. I don't know why. Wait.
Relief.
Indeed. They ought to keep the demons at bay.
Yeah. I was about to be like, wait, am I wrong? And I can actually... but no, I can't just yet. I need to change the color of you. I'm taking you back to Cindy. I'm taking the Regalia back to Cindy to paint in that jet black color that I was talking about. Oh, what are those? Talk to your local tipster. Scorpions. Scorpions scare the absolute crap out of me.
Welcome.
Scorpions scare the absolute crap out of me. I already have like a horrific fear of arachnids as is. Like, I don't know, the concept of arachnids is just so weird to me. It's like, I already have a problem with insects as is, but like, arachnids just kind of take it to another level, because usually they're like, exoskeleton, like, is that the proper name for it? Like, the exoskeleton, like the hard plating material that's on the outside of them? It just always looks so much more gnarly and so much more menacing than a lot of other insects out there.
These are some pretty tough customers.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Thanks for your business.
And, yeah, I have no idea. I just cannot stand looking at them. Like stuff like even like lobsters and crabs, which are like distantly related to arachnids, I think, or are they arachnids? No, they're not, because lobsters have 6 legs, I think. But they're like stuff like crabs and lobsters, like those kinds of crustaceans. They're distantly related to arachnids. Even those things, I just like, yeah. It's just like the way that they look, like how like they're like it just looks like they're like these big plated armored things. And arachnids tend to be a lot larger than insects as well.
If
But,
you need a room, we got one.
But scorpions are just one of those things that it's like, whose grand idea was it to just like make a scorpion? It's like, ah yes, let's take an already horrifying insect like a spider, give it claws and like a pointy tail. And then like conversely,
This poser.
Shut up.
oh yeah, he's a pretty boy. Oh, so is Igni. Yeah. They just get the back of Noctis's head.
Nailed it. Why can't I warp too? So unfair.
Oh, that's a nice picture. Yeah, actually, now that I come to think of it, none of the other guys can warp. Noctis is the only one that can warp.
Hey, this one's pretty good. I know. I dig it too.
So many of these are really cool, and I would be. That looks really cool. So many of the photos that get taken are really cool, but because I move around my save files so much, it never saves them. So I need to either like keep my game in one location so that I can get those files.
Hey.
But yeah, like conversely with scorpions, like it's supposedly anyway, like from my understanding of what I've heard, is that the bigger ones are actually like they're still venomous, like they're still incredibly dangerous. Like like you do not want to get stung by a scorpion, but like that requires a trip to the hospital for certain. But it's like supposedly the bigger ones are almost just got fucking ran over. Supposedly the bigger scorpions are actually a lot more dangerous than the smaller ones, like the little itsy bitsy ones that you commonly see out in the wild versus the ones that you can get from like the pet store. Supposedly those little ones are like infinitely more dangerous because I don't know why, but I guess their venom is like a lot more concentrated, so it's like a lot more dangerous. Like it's like if you get stung by like a small scorpion, you better like haul your ass to a hospital, supposedly. Which is horrifying because that's like common, like that's like the most common ones that you see, like the ones that like the ones that get stuck in your boots or slippers or clothes and stuff like that. You know, it's horrifying. It's not okay. It's like you know, like there's very few things that I have against planet Earth, but some of the natural insects out there are interesting creations.
Ready for more? You bet.
Let's hit it.
that truck was coming back to finish the job. He was like, maybe this asshole will still be on the road when I loop back around. Now we just play the waiting game. Again, for stuff like this, I'm not gonna bother with fast traveling, so I'll just cut a good chunk of this out. But yeah, the reason that I'm not gonna stick to fast traveling with this is just because you get attribute points for it, and I like that. I like attribute points. I like AP. Not the Associated Press, nor the really tough college courses that I did not know were offered in Canada. I thought they were only in the States. Fun fact about me, actually, is that I originally in high school, I didn't go to my designated high school. I chose to go to a high school that offered the IB I don't think I've ever told this before. The IB program, the International Baccalaureate program, and it's supposed to be minorly more accelerated, like, and it's a completely different curriculum from the school district that I was going to, because it's an internationally standardized program. Because the original purpose of the IB program was to compensate for like parents that traveled for work a lot, like internationally quite frequently, so their kids could get a consistent education and get the same.
Works for me.
And get the same education regardless of whatever school they went to, so long as
you coming or what?
So long as it was IB, the International Baccalaureate. But what a lot of people end up what a lot of local kids end up doing, at least to the school that I went to, they would sign up for IB just because it's an accelerated program, and usually it was just for like personal gain, like ego, because they thought they were smart enough to handle it, and a lot of them were. Like a lot of kids, like a lot of people are successful with IB, especially out of that school, and like the non-international kids. A lot of them were amazingly successful with it, while a lot of others weren't, including myself, because after that first year, I did not go back for IB. IB was tough. And now that I'm kind of looking back at it, I feel like also a good chunk of it was just like stress and pressure, just because I had moved to a completely different school away from all of my friends and like was around people that I didn't really know. So that may have also just been like incredibly stressful and was detrimental to my performance in school. But yeah, after that first year, I did not go back for IB.
Sluggish, indeed.
Good. How y'all doing?
I guess it's not you that modifies the regalia.
While I gotcha, if y'all want to fix her up before you roll out, let me know.
Don't really want to fix her up, but I might as well service her. Can only be serviced when it's dirty or damaged. Oh, neat. So she doesn't need to be serviced.
What are y'all after today? What coat do you fancy?
Ivory? No, ivory is white. Deep sea blue. Oh, do I not
Anything in mind for the interior?
Light beige. Oh, wait.
Well, here's what I can do for her.
Oh. I need to remove.
How about the decals?
There we go.
Go on, pick a color.
So how does that look? Actually, that's not a bad look. That's not a bad looking color. My father is working on restoring a vehicle, and the paint that he selected for it is kind of similar to that. I honestly kind of dig the white. I'm normally not into white. Oh, that brown leather. Oh, that brown leather looks really good. Cranberries and cream. Oh man, this is like the kind of stuff that like exotic cars have, or like really expensive. Actually, that mustard yellow doesn't look good. It looks like it's got like gold accent. That doesn't look too bad. It doesn't. It looks like it's got like gold accents almost. Wine red. Oh yeah. Raven black. But I honestly kind of dig the brown. Yeah, this camel brown. Oh. Yeah, I like that.
How do you want the wheels?
Metallic silver. I used to have them as purple. And the purple, it sounds really dumb, but the purple actually works really well. Was it the amethyst or? Yeah, it must have been the amethyst. Oh yeah, look at that. Except it's a little bit brighter than I remember it. What was the, there was a violet star down here. No, I don't dig that as much. I like the amethyst. Cool. So let's go with that.
How's this? Y'all leave the hard work to me.
Normally I'm not into white vehicles. Normally, like, if I had to pick the color of a
She's all
vehicle, it
ready
would just
for
be
ya.
like a
Have a look.
jet black color. But yeah, that's actually a pretty sharp looking vehicle with those bright colors on it. Wow, look at her, look at that. That looks good. That looks really fucking good. Hell yeah. But okay, so there's also components. I completely forgot about this. There's also components that you can buy for the Regalia to increase her speed, which I think I wound up buying some. How do I move between menus again? Here we go. Advanced color samples. Except it's 3K. Hammerhead sticker. Nah. Final Fantasy. Do I have any of these? Oh yeah, so the stock is my stuff. Right? Right? Is the stock my stuff?
Please come again.
Hang on. Let me access my... Can I not access my T menu here? Oops. No! Gear, no. Items. Check. Oh yeah, okay, so the stock is my stuff. Oh, I do have the original. I got the first 3. Hottest pops, memories. Oh, memories of Tomb Raider. Of the original Tomb Raider. Oh, wow. Platinum Leviathan. Cool. But, maybe I've already installed some of the parts. But I know that you can actually get car components that increase,
What
like...
about it?
Which? Master Zero Friction, Heavy Duty Rust Remover.
Got everything here.
They do have components that you can buy for the Regalia that increase her, like, aerodynamics so that she's faster, uses less fuel, and stuff like that. And I, can't wait till I can start getting that kind of stuff. Actually, because I am level 10. I thought I would have leveled up after taking down those level 14 things, but apparently not. Apparently the game has other plans for me. Oi. I'm actually gonna turn up the brightness here on... Not on OBS's end, I'm turning up the brightness on my end. Just to see if that kind of also helps with the camera's exposure. Yeah. Whoa. What did you hit? Top.
Oh, what can
Wake
I
up!
do you for?
I'm here! Alright, let's see. What you got?
These nasties here have been a real pain in the rear.
We had a really tough time with level 14, so I don't think we're ready for
If
15s.
y'all liked it, come on back.
Okay, so I think we're...
Whatever it does, it must be important.
So I think we're kind of SOL now. I think we've kind of exhausted everything that we can do here. There's a lot of procurement stuff over here, but I was also up there. And I imagine that once I get up there, those procurements are gonna turn out to be taken and used. So we've been there, but we're kind of out of spots for that as well. So, yeah, it's looking like the only thing that we really have to do. Actually, how much magic do I have? If I hop down to Element C here. I am almost maxed out on all my stuff, but I don't have very many magic flasks. So I will craft up some fire. Right? Should I do that? Does that make sense? No. No, I'll save it. Just because I'm so limited on magic flasks, I'm gonna wait up on that. So yeah, we're actually kind of out of stuff to do. I'll fast travel up here. I'm not gonna worry about. Because I just kind of want to like run through everything very quickly before we hop down to continue the story. So, oh, there's a quest over here though. But I can't get there yet because there's the blockade. But yeah, like this is the rest of the map. I don't think I've ever actually shown the rest of the map. Like this is the rest of the map. So like this whole area that we spent like the last few hours in, like yeah, it's such a small part of the map, but it feels so big. God, I love this game. I love this game so much. Actually, let's refuel. Because I don't know when we're gonna be able to do that again. I wonder if that uses like a because like I've said, I'm pretty certain it's based off of a Rolls-Royce vehicle, so I'm kind of curious if what style of engine it uses because of like how wide the bay is. Curious if it would use like a V12 or something very similar to the Rolls-Royce. God, those V12s are like marvels of engineering. Incredibly inefficient. But that just comes with the nature of gasoline engines as is. But yeah, like they are marvels of engineering because straight six engines, like an inline 6-cylinder engine, they're incredibly balanced. There's no reciprocating forces that you get out of other types of out of those engines, unlike other types of engines. Like most other configurations of engines will
Everything in order?
Yep.
oh, it didn't even give me the option to fast travel. Oh, weird. But almost every other type of an engine configuration in existence, due to the movement of the pistons, usually there's a lot of reciprocating mass that's like going in opposite directions, and then there winds up being like unnecessary torque and other forces being placed on the engine. So like sometimes cylinder masses will fight against one another. Sometimes cylinders get pressed up into the engine blocks and other stuff like that. Then oh my god, they're secondary forces. That's what they're called, secondary forces. And then you get other secondary forces that wind up making the engine kind of fight against itself, which reduces its efficiency and as well as total power output. I mean like the losses that you get from those secondary forces are not great enough that warrants needing to like constantly use engine types like straight sixes, but that's just one of the big pluses of them. So because of that, they're smooth. So because of that, straight six engines tend to be very light, because then you don't need to include counterweights down your crankcase of different engines to counteract those secondary forces. So they can have improved efficiency that way. And also just because they're lighter, they're a lot lighter, so that's why a lot of JDM cars for a while use straight six engines, I believe, and because they could fit them, even though they're long, even though straight six engines are really long, they're really light, so they could put them in economy vehicles and small sports vehicles. So, but the one big problem is that straight engines, like whether it's a straight 4, straight 6, whatever it is, or like an inline, depending on who you're talking to, a lot of the time they can't rev really high. That's a big downside to them, is that they can't rev all that high.
I want to stock up on potions and stuff.
Nice. You're being helpful for a change.
What do you mean for a change?
Just because usually in a straight engine, because they're so much longer, you're gonna have a lot less cylinders in them, and they usually have much longer strokes. So because of that long stroke, the cylinder has to travel so damn far that it just doesn't really make a lot of sense to make them rev higher. But you get a lot of torque out of them. That's also why a lot of like diesel truck engines are straight six engines, because you get incredible torque out of inline engines. With those long strokes, so with those long cylinder strokes, but yeah, like all the procurements just automatically grayed out. But then with with V engines, because usually most of the time they tend to because the V engines tend to have a lot shorter strokes, you can get them revving up a lot higher, which is why a lot of performance vehicles have V engines, because you can get them to rev a lot higher, thus producing more power. You get less.
Getting hot.
Yeah.
You get less torque, but you get less torque, but you get a lot more power out of it. But you get a lot more power to kind of compensate for that lack in torque, or comparative lack in torque. Like it's not like the differences are like so great or anything like that. You know, it's like you drive a car with a straight six or a V6, you probably wouldn't really notice the difference. Maybe like in the engine sound you might notice the difference, but again, you get those imbalances in the engine, because a perfectly formed V engine almost has the cylinder banks flat, but because that makes the engine base so wide, which Ford actually, whoa, I am so sorry, Gladiol, I did not mean to do that. But a lot of the time with V engines, that because again, like the perfect configuration for them will have the cylinder banks like almost flat, like almost at a 90-degree angle from one another. That makes the engine base really wide, and that makes the engines really wide. So to compactify them, I don't even know if that's a word, they narrow the V shape. So that's how you get V engines that are like very compact, which is great for fitting into tight engine spaces, but then you start to deal with those secondary forces that I was talking about. So then you need to add more counterweights into the engine, which makes them heavier and makes them have much more parasitic losses to them as it's trying to counteract itself and stabilize itself, so that the engine doesn't like rock itself apart in the engine bay. Ford actually kind of got around that a little bit by making the Mustang GT for the last couple of years really wide, so they could actually fit that kind of a very wide V-type engine into the engine bay, which is cool. I think that's actually really cool. And also, they don't, if you were to remove the stock exhaust, I don't know if they've changed it since. I watched this a couple of years ago, but I don't know if they've changed it since, but they, you used to be able, like if you were to remove the stock exhaust off of the Mustang GT, it would actually stop sounding like the deep roar of a American engine, and it would start to sound like a European V8. And that was because of the type of crankshaft they used, and how the pistons would connect and how the pistons would connect to the crankshaft, and the timing intervals at which the cylinders would fire. And so Ford got around that by making a really inefficient exhaust at the end of the day, but the exhaust distorted the laminar flow of the exhaust gases coming out of the engine to make it have that roar of a typical American V8. But yeah, so again, you kind of still wind up with a really imbalanced engine overall still, like as far as a gasoline engine can be imbalanced. So what V12s do is they take
Should be a nice change of pace.
is that they take the balance of a straight six and the power of a V. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. The only problem with those types of engines is that they're massive. They are really big engines. So that's why there's such a niche thing, and why you only tend to see them in stuff like, you know, Rolls-Royce vehicles. I think Bentley has W12. I think Bentley has W12 engines, and that's like a whole other monstrosity of engine in and of itself, but they're really cool. But yeah, like that's kind of why like the V12s are reserved to hyper luxury vehicles like Rolls-Royce vehicles, some Bentleys, and like the Mercedes Maybach. I think that's how you say that, Maybach. And why they're reserved for like those types of hyper luxury
I
vehicles.
got a pebble in my shoe.
Take
But
it
the-
out. Yeah.
But they are so cool. I remember watching a video where a person stood a pencil, like an unsharpened pencil. Someone stood an unsharpened pencil and a coin on a Rolls-Royce V12, and they started the engine. They didn't budge. They did not even like shudder. Like as the engine started up, they didn't even shudder. The engines are so balanced. But that comes out at the cost of a $250,000 car, so. So that's a pretty big downside to them. But just from like an engineering standpoint, they're so cool. They're such cool engines. Oh, so there's another dungeon over there then. I'm surprised I missed these procurement points. I thought I thought I'd already come around and pick these up. But that's why we're doing this. Because I don't reckon that we'll be able to come back. So I want to collect as much of these as I can. Just a lot of walking though. And I'm also starving. So I'm going to take a very quick break and make myself a lunch, and I'll be right back. Alright, I am back with my lunch that consists of a protein shake that is actually remarkably filling. I've had quite a number of people ask me for some time, it's like how filling that stuff is. Shockingly quite.
Then lose the jacket.
Shockingly quite filling. I don't know, I highly recommend it. So let's just keep her going. Keep her going. Alright. So, looking at this. Let's drop up to here.
Everything in order?
Yep.
Everything in order. I also don't think I've ever played this game with HDR, and god damn, it looks so good in HDR. But yeah, cranking up the brightness on the monitor seems to
Let's head on out.
help with at least the exposure on my face. Because I don't have any lights. Well, that's a lie, I do, I just don't know how to charge it. Well, it's supposed to charge with, oh, that's this one that I don't know how to get to. Yeah, I remember this one. But, I mean, like, it's... Oops. How do I get out of this? How do I get out of first person again? V? C? X? Z? Caps lock? No. R? No. I. How do I get out of first person? I completely forget how to get out of first person. There we go. N. I mean, like, the light charges over USB-C, so it's like, that's not difficult to understand. It's just like, it just doesn't charge for some reason. I have no idea why. You are, like, dangerously close to this dungeon. I thought I picked you up, though. Because usually the procurement points don't respawn, so I thought that I already collected that stuff, but I guess not. But no, I am not going anywhere near that. So let's get back to the regalia. So we should only have a couple of other procurement spots before we're able to actually progress the story, get on the boat, and carry on. Assuming that Dino is still there and he's gonna hold up his end of the bargain. But, which by the seems of it he is. Like as much as he's a self-centered businessman, he seems to be a honorable one and a man of his word. So, let's come down to here. Oh, god damn it.
Everything in order?
Yep.
I would not trust doing that in a car. I've only ridden in a convertible a couple of times in my life. I would never trust doing that. It's like when people roll down the windows for their dogs and then like kind of let them hang out the window. It's like, you know, for the most part the animal is smart enough to not jump out, like they kind of know the danger. But we used to have a little Bichon Ebonese, and my god, that thing must have had like severe ADHD as far as dogs go, because like, yeah, like there was a couple of times where we would roll down the window for her, and like she almost jumped out a couple of times, like she wanted to jump out. Oh, I can see the tile texture on the ground. Oh, that's weird, I've never noticed that before. Yeah, the road is a tile texture. I've never noticed that before. You can see where the texture repeats. Like if you look at the road, you can see where the texture repeats. It's a tile texture. That's cool. I'm actually trying to learn texturing in Blender right now, and it's
Where do we go from
apparently
here?
all that information is just a black void online. So it's just like the kinds of people that like you watch tutorials from that have been using softwares like Blender and Maya for years, and they just know like how everything works within the software. It's like, my god, like how do you figure out how to do that? Because the documentation for Blender and like tutorials have only been really a recent thing, like maybe over the last 10-12 years that there have ever been like really like I don't know why I was going over there. That's not that is not where the marker was. The marker was over there. I don't know why the hell I was going over there. So it's like, and Blender's been around since 2000, 1999, 2000, somewhere around there. So it's like, for the people to have figured out the software enough to like start providing tutorials and still provide tutorials, because it's like texturing, you know? It's like, how do you make a procedural texture look like something else? Like you know, like how do you... It's easy enough to make a rock texture like that. I kind of, for the most part, understand how to make a rock texture, but it's like, how do you make a leather texture? Like, how do you get the, like, the little cracks of leather? How do you make, like, a flannel texture? How do you make something look like cloth? It's like, I don't know, it's like the complex stuff that I don't really understand how to do. Or hell, you know, like when you look at microphones, like the metal caging that you have around the microphones, it's like that would be an absolute nightmare to model every single little piece of geometry that's in there. So it's like, so a lot of people fake it with texturing. So it's like, how do you even go about texturing that? Like, I don't understand it. It's which is why I'm grateful for stuff like Adobe Substance Painter, to where the materials are already pre-made for you and you just apply them to your models. Some might consider it cheating. Some might consider it, oh, what? Really? I missed those? I'm not going back for them. I'm just gonna keep making my way down to Golden Key. Yeah, let's fast travel. Let's fast travel. I kind of want to pick up the pace a little bit anyway.
Do we
But
have to walk?
in my opinion, it kind of expedites the creative process, because then, you know, you're not spending the time like because like if you have like an idea for like a scene or a model in mind and you're stuck on the texturing end of things, trying to get it to look how you want it to, it's like, in my opinion, that's kind of like lost time and lost creative exercise. So if you have some way to speed up your process to get to the final result that you want faster, I would say that's a pretty good thing. And then like the availability is still there for if you want to make your own textures and that kind of thing. But one thing that I'm really struggling with now is stylized textures, because Adobe Substance Painter and other websites that provide pre-made textures for you, like whether it's Polyhaven, like free sites like Polyhaven or paid sites like Polygon, they offer like really realistic textures, which is cool. Like it's great for if you're trying to make a realistic scene. But as soon as you start to dive into the stylized end of things, like I'm kind of a little bit lost as to how to do that kind of thing, because you could just make the cartoony textures yourself. I just don't know how. What I see a lot of people use is texture painting, and that is like a whole other monstrosity in and of itself. That it looks really cool. Oh god damn it! I keep forgetting to push map point. That's really cool.
Everything in order?
Yep.
I need to find a camp. I just realized it's sunset. Except with texture painting, it's kind of just like you literally paint your model, so it's not so it's like every object has its own unique material and own unique painted texture to it. And it's like I could barely paint and draw as is. It's like that's a lot of practice. But it's all so cool. I love creative software like that, because like the sky is honestly just the limit with that kind of thing. The limit is your imagination, honestly. You know, and like skill can definitely seem like a limiting factor, but if you give yourself the time to learn it, it comes. Like I've been using Blender on and off for probably 6 years now, and only now am I actually properly doing like proper models and scenes and that kind of thing. So it takes a long time. It takes a long time to even get started with it. I guess it's like anything else, like drawing and any other kind of creative art form. It takes it's easy to get into, but a long time to get going, and like even longer to master it. Yeah, I know. We're gonna find a camp. It's nighttime.
Knocked. The roads are perilous at night. We'd best head back into town.
Yeah. Let's head back to town.
Well then,
Well, don't
let's
sound
call
so
it a night.
don't sound so disgruntled, Knocked. Oh, it teleports me. I didn't realize it would fast travel me.
Hey, want to hit up the crow's nest?
If you wish to put on weight.
Oh, wait,
Certainly.
certainly.
Yeah, I know.
If you wish to put on weight, certainly. My God, I wish I had a sexy voice. Is there a camp nearby here? Because I don't want to pay Gil. I really don't want to pay Gil, but it's also... it's also 8 o'clock. It's also 8 o'clock at night here, so... Let's just stay at the
Looking
hotel.
for a
then.
place to stay, ain't ya?
Let's call it a day.
Soft beds, baby.
I used to cringe when this game first started, when it was like, oh, you know, 150. Oh, that's a cool photo. That's a fun photo. Or it's like 150 gil for a night. It's like, wow, that's unrealistic. Why would they charge that much for it when that's like now the norm for hotels? Because yeah, like I took a trip. I took a small road trip on my own, probably like a year, 2 years ago, and I stayed at a hotel that I thought was like, you know, like a pretty basic hotel, like not terribly expensive. But man, like it
Everything
cost
in
me like
order.
almost
Yep.
$200 for just a single night. Like it was really expensive, and it wasn't even like particularly the best hotel around. It was just a Best Western that was there. And yeah, like it was almost $200 a night. Like I could not believe that. And I also used to work at a trucking company as a dispatcher. And as a dispatcher,
Who's up
you're
for
also
hike?
responsible for booking like hotel rooms for drivers. And yeah, like it was actually a pretty big deal when we had to start doing that. And of course I already got it. When we had to start doing that, just because it was really expensive. It like prices of stuff in general was just going like all woohoo crazy, because I was also at the height of the lovely thing that brought the world to its knees in 2020.
Everything
Because
in
I have no
order.
idea if you
Yep.
can even really
Alright.
talk about that yet. Because I have no idea if you can really talk about that yet. But yeah, that was also at the peak of that fiasco. So that also was just not helping the situation. But so let's start making our way down to Golden Key. Ah, this game is beautiful. It's starting to show its age in some places, but like it's still a beautiful game.
Shall we then?
Hit it,
One
Specs.
one game that I really want to play, because I think CDPR actually formally announced it. Like it wasn't just an Instagram post that they made. I think they made a formal announcement on the remake of The Witcher, like the original Witcher, the remake being done in Unreal 5, which it'll be interesting to see. It'll be really interesting to see, but like my big problem with how remakes work is that sometimes it's like a way to either soft reboot a franchise, or like work around some things in the story and that kind of thing. Like you really noticed it with the Dead Space remake. Like I'm not gonna spoil anything, for those that like either haven't played the original or haven't played the remake. I haven't played the remake myself. I played the original.
Everything in order.
I think I finished the original last month actually, last month or the month before, and honestly, still a solid game. Like still a solid video game. Obviously, it looks dated, but it's still a great video game. It's still a great game, and But you really started to notice it where the first game was very light on a lot of story elements because it was just kind of, it wasn't really meant to be a story heavy game. It was just meant to be like very action and very action and horror oriented, which is fine. It actually the original Dead Space spooked me more than the Callisto Protocol, strangely enough. But I enjoyed the combat a lot less in the original Dead Space than I did out of the Callisto Protocol, because with Dead Space, for the most part, things moved slowly. Like I think people call them tank mechanics. I think that's what gamers call them.
Fine paint.
I say as I love video games, but I also don't really know a lot of the terminology that people try to use to describe things. But I think they're called tank controls because you couldn't really aim while moving. You weren't meant to be mobile. You had to like pause, aim, and then aim down your sights and shoot. So it was a very slow process to shoot things, which to me didn't really make the combat all that exciting. While the Callisto Protocol, you still have those kinds of tank mechanics to where like your character is like heavy and doesn't really move all that fast, but like the hand-to-hand combat that you have and like the needing to time stuff up perfectly, I honestly enjoy that a lot more, and it's more tense. It's not scary by any means, but it's a lot more tense, and I'm always a lot more on edge in the Callisto Protocol when you get into combat with enemies. But like stuff with Dead Space, you get a lot of strong story points that just weren't there in the original, because they want it kind of seemed like at face value they wanted to connect it more with the sequels, because the sequels had a lot of other key story points that just weren't, they were kind of there. Like watching the playthroughs of the Dead Space remake, a lot of people were saying that there was some story points in there that weren't in the original, and they were actually like with myself playing the original at the same time that the remake came out. There are still a lot of commonalities. Like the key story points are still there. The little hints at some things that were later elaborated on in the later games were still there, but they just weren't a big point to the story, which is why I think a lot of people actually forgot about them, which is honestly quite unfortunate, because that was like the big thing with the remake is that they actually tied it more directly to the sequels, when it's like they kind of still already did. They still kind of already did, but just with the remake, it was a lot more obvious. It was a lot more obvious how they connected it to the sequels. But what I think, I don't even know who developed the remake of Dead Space, and I'm pretty damn certain it was still EA. I'm pretty damn certain it was still EA, unfortunately. But I don't know if it was the original developer behind Dead Space, because from my understanding, they kind of got assimilated into EA after the failure of Dead Space 3. I'm really curious, because nobody really seems to like Dead Space 3, and I watched a video, a very funny video actually, where this guy kind of just like gives you a plot rundown of all the 3 games, and listening to the plot of Dead Space 3, it didn't sound, oh, where's the regalia? Oh, I'm walking away from the regalia. It didn't honestly sound all that problematic to me. It sounded different from the original, but so was the sequel. Like the sequel, like, you know, Isaac spoke. Isaac talks in the second game. It's a lot more story heavy. It focuses a lot more on
Feels so sluggish.
Indeed.
Oh, what is the cult called? Unitology and that stuff. So it's like, I don't know if it was just like the changes were too much for fans of the original
Everything in
game, or
order.
what it was. because they were also released like pretty damn close to one another. So maybe it's just like those mechanic changes to the games were too big for people to really like and be okay with and be comfortable with. Because like, you know, take God of War as a very interesting case study to that kind of thing, where like I'm mainlining the God of War games, the original God of War games, because if you have a PlayStation Plus account, they you can stream the games, all of them actually, except the PSP games. I don't think you can play the PSP games, but you can play the PlayStation, the PS2, PS3, and PS4 games. Oh my God! Stop, Corsair! Not now with your firmware update. My God. Okay, tangent for a second. That firmware update, like that Windows notification that I keep getting notified of, only happens when I'm playing when I'm recording. Like even when I'm playing just other games on my own spare time, it doesn't notify me that Corsair IQ needs an update, needs a firmware update. It only happens when I'm recording, and I've tried to force a firmware update, and it says it's updated, but it keeps giving me a notification. Why, Corsair? I don't know, but God of War is a very interesting case example because, you know, games from the PS2 and early PS3 era, they weren't story heavy. A lot of them weren't story heavy, and I feel like
What's the forecast?
I don't entirely really know when that paradigm had begun to change, because a lot of them were video games. It's like you know, you watch these YouTube veterans when they talk about games being like that, like very video gamey, like when they describe them as that, it's probably because they have a lot of experience with those older types of games that like just weren't plot heavy. They were polished and they felt good to play, but it's like they were video games. Like shit didn't make sense. Like in God of War, there's platforming, you know, like there's moving platforms and stuff that just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that kind of stuff exists, and it's hard to get it to fit into a modern game if you're going to be trying that without making it feel overly video gamey. But for those games, it's fine. Like it works quite well. But then they started to become a lot more plot heavy, I believe, once the third game came out. I beat the first God of War game once. You know, very light on story. The story is just remarkably simple, but I'm actually genuinely shocked that you get Kratos' tragic story
You want to watch where you're
told to you
going?
in the first game. I thought that they only told the tragedy of Kratos later in the games, but no, they actually give it to you in the first game, so I find that really remarkably cool. But obviously it just wasn't a big center point of the game, because like the big center point was, you were a big muscly angry man that wanted to kill the gods of Olympus. Like that was kind of the whole point of God of War. And but then the series goes on hiatus after I think, was it God of War 3? Which came out like close to the end of the midway through the PlayStation 3's life cycle. I think God of War 3 came out midway through the PlayStation 3's life cycle, and
Everything in order?
Yep.
and it was probably, like, compared to all the other games, the most story heavy, but still overall just a straight video game. And then you get the fourth game in the series that it doesn't act as a soft reboot. It is a direct continuation of the other God of War games. For some reason, they chose to just simply call it God of War, where like it is not at all like the previous God of War games, but it was unanimously loved because it was a much more mature take on the franchise. So I'm really curious as to what went wrong with Dead Space 3 in its maturation compared to God of War. Because God of War Ragnarok came out not to nearly as much praise as the first God of War, because like the first God of War was like that was a big deal. Well, not the first God of War, the fourth God of War game. Like when that one came out on the PS4, that was a big deal. Like that was a big deal when it came out. God of War Ragnarok, not so much, but it still is unanimously loved. It's a great game. But so I'm really curious as to what went so wrong with Dead Space 3. and like maybe with God of War, it was that the audience had matured. Maybe it was that like the God of War franchise had gone on a hiatus for so long that the audience had just matured, so that they were okay with that mature take on a video game. While with Dead Space 3, maybe they weren't ready for it. Like maybe the games are just released too close together and they differ too much from one another. I have no idea. So I'm gonna play it. I purchased
Just so you know, I'm cool with camping.
because I'm broke. And I know that somebody's gonna slap me for this, but I paid for EA Play. So I could get access to those games for free, in quotations, like a streaming kind of thing. So I can play the Dead Space games. And I'm gonna be, and I hope to be able to provide some more opinions on it a little later down the line, and my thoughts on
As
it.
promised, I'm in the process of securing your ferry tickets right now. Told you, I'm a man of integrity.
That's what I was
Should
looking
be
for, integrity.
smooth sailing from here. So let me know when you're ready to ship out.
I admit I didn't expect Dino to secure us a ship.
Well, must be pretty connected if he can pull some strings around an Imperial embargo.
Yeah, that guy's one artful artisan.
So, are you
You
gonna...
guys ready to set sail?
Yes. I mean... Because we're not a high enough level yet. I really don't want to just go out and farm a bunch of animals, so... Yeah.
Already? The ship won't arrive till tomorrow. How about you find a place to spend the night?
You bastard. We've been chilling for like 4 days. Like,
It's kind of early, isn't it?
Nah, it's cool.
oh, that, I have no idea why that scared me. Oh, fishing. I forgot. I should have fished a little more. Oh, I forgot about fishing. Oh, cutscene. I wonder if this is in a movie, because there have been a couple of movies based around Final Fantasy 15. One movie actually has Sean Bean in it, in the English dub. Oh, that music! Oh, I wonder if this is in a movie, because these are like really high quality cinematic sequences. So I wonder if that's what the Final Fantasy 15 movies are based. Whoa, is that a demon? We get nothing like that later in the game. I forgot that that was in a cutscene. That was cool. Cause yeah, like there's a couple of anime series. Oh, the king is dead. Because there's also a couple of anime series based around Final Fantasy 15 that elaborate on Prompto actually in his youth, which is pretty neat. But yeah, that was Niflheim attacking the Insomnia, like Lady Luna Freya's people, Noctis' fiance.
Should be back any minute now.
This lighting. The shadows aren't so great anymore, but the lighting is amazing.
What's that look for?
Uh-oh.
It's in all the papers.
What is? Insomnia Falls. What? This your idea of a joke?
I need you to calm down so I can explain.
I'm as calm as I'm gonna get.
There was an attack. The Imperial Army has taken the Crown City.
As treaty room tempers flared, blast lit the night sky. When the smoke about the Citadel had cleared, the king was found dead.
No, wait. Hold on.
We had no way of knowing
What? Knowing what?
that the signing was last night. That
But
Insomnia...
the wedding! Altisha!
I know. That was the plan. Yet the reports of the invasion are all the same. How could every headline in the kingdom be wrong?
It's how a lot of that works in real life.
If only.
Like that kind of thing happening is nothing to scoff at. It happens in real life.
What else do we know? Well, then we can't be sure until we see it with our own eyes.
And that means we go back to Insomnia.
Might not be safe for us there.
Might not be safe for us here.
Turn back.
Yeah. Turn back. Now that I'm thinking about it, I really wish, while waiting for the boats to go out, ill tidings arrive. The headline say Insomnia has fallen and King Regis is dead, but the four cannot. Now that I'm kind of like sitting here and actually like playing through the game again, I wish there was a lot more of elaboration on the attack on Insomnia, because that would have been a cool segment to either see more on, or a neat segment of the game to actually play.
Give it a rest.
My old man had plenty of faith.
Enough. The Empire lied. They betrayed us.
Conjecture gets us nowhere. We're searching for truth.
All you'll find are lies. And ceasefire.
Yeah, there's the Magitech ships that I was talking about. That's actually really sad. I forgot about how emotional this part of the game is.
Imperial dreadnoughts. They transport soldiers, namely the Magitech infantry.
The robots.
Mass-produced humanoid weapons of warfare, to be more precise.
Doesn't look like they'll be signing that peace treaty. Up ahead!
It's a diplomatic deployment.
They've set up an inspection point.
If the road ahead's blocked, then we find a way around.
For diplomacy purposes. This shit's actually kind of scary. Like I'm reading about a lot of politics and economics. Not for career purposes or anything like that, but it's like actually seeing this play out, it's actually kind of scary, because I mean, like, obviously this is a fantasy. Obviously this is a fantasy game, but like this kind of stuff happening is like it's nothing to scoff at. It's definitely nothing to just turn a blind eye to. Oh. All right, where are we going?
There they are. Want to take them out?
Oh yeah. Those scrap heaps are gonna wish they had a treaty to protect them.
Oh, never mind. Well, scan. Oh crap! Kill him! Kill him dead! Also, I juked you out because I was saying that we would leave once we tried to go aboard the boat, but haha, I was kidding. We actually stay here. I knew it all along. I also just want to try to like play the game a little bit differently to ensure that I am picking up all the collectibles, getting all the side quests, leveling up properly in that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why do they get guns? Prompto! Prompto, what's your guns? Oh no! I'm out! I'm out of mana! Stasis! Woo! Oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah. Okay, where's the other ones? Oh, they're gone. Ah, my nose is itchy. Okay, what am I doing? Where am I going? Oh, man, I was just a blind rage there. Where am I? Is it Monday? Tuesday? What day is it? I'm so blinded by rage. I will have my vengeance.
What's like inside?
Who are you? Vengeance. Oh my god, my nose.
We should seek a vantage point. The hill.
no, what? Oh, right, yes, I do remember this. I can never figure out how to get it to work, though. Weapons marked with a plus can be remodeled. Take your arms to Hammerhead and ask Sid to upgrade them. I can never get that to work. I don't know why. I was never able to actually get my engine blades upgraded. No idea why, but come on. Come on. Come on, Axemen. Okay, so they're weak against... well, you guys are actually in luck. Because, lucky for you, I actually have some fire. Let's equip you. No! There we go.
So these are empties. Empty.
Whoa!
Soldiers.
Oh, ho, ho. Oh crap, that's not good.
Die! 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 All of you die! So much death!
So much death. My god. I watched a play, this is a while ago now, but I watched a playthrough of all of the Dark Picture Anthology games. My god, as hokey as those games are, man, the Curator is such a cool character. The Curator is such a badass character. I love his voice so much.
Discussions between the two nations. All provisional terms have been suspended in light of recent developments. Moreover, in the wake of the news of King Regis's death, we've now received word that Crown Prince Noctis and the Oracle Lunafreya have also been pronounced dead.
Keep it on. Don't bother!
Hello? Core?
So, you made it.
What the hell's going on?
Where are you?
This is sending legitimate chills down my spine. Like how...
Makes sense? Are you serious? What about any of this makes sense? The news just told me I'm dead, along with my father and Luna.
Listen, I'm heading out to Hammerhead. About the king. It's true. If you're looking for the whole truth, you know where to find me. Get moving.
Right.
What did the Marshal have to say?
Said he'd be in Hammerhead.
And the king?
Like, I knew this segment of the game was coming up, but I didn't realize, like, I forgot how emotional it was. Like, that was legitimately sending chills down my spine, because it's... How hopeless must one feel to leave their home city, no turning back. In a single night, the promise of peace has been broken. The crown city along with it, putting their home behind them. The four friends set forth to find answers in Hammerhead. Like, how helpless must you feel to be away from the ones that you love, and to literally just stand atop a hill and see these literal floating cities and planes fly by towards the smoking embers of where you came from. Like, how helpless must you feel in an instance like that? So Luna's alive. Like, this is Lunafreya here, and she's still alive. And then the brown-haired lady is Kentiana. The power of kings.
Don't suppose the Crown's Guard is still active?
I wouldn't count on it. Not with the Marshal out here.
I wonder how things are in the city.
There should be reports before long.
Yeah, something this big can't go ignored.
And what about us? What do we do?
We make for Hammerhead now, and figure the rest out later. Got a message from my sister. She's with refugees bound for Lestalem.
Well, at least Iris is okay.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like everyone else was so lucky, though.
We best make haste. Noct won't be dead forever.
No going back. Only ways forward.
No going back. Let's go.
My ears need to pop, but they're not popping.
Hey.
Glad y'all made it. No weather for driving, that's for sure.
Oh, thanks.
Where's Core?
Left to see to business. And left y'all a message with Pawpaw.
Yeah?
Boss ain't sat still 1 second since he heard y'all were coming.
So let's go track down Sid then. Actually, there's a side quest over here that I'm just gonna pick up.
Ugh. Oh, well, if it ain't the boys with the fancy automobile.
That's us.
Y'all want to fetch some edibles for me?
Why are you asking us?
Well, it's just an old Sid.
Sid?
Yep.
Can't
Said
you
I should
bake
give
those?
y'all some work, don't matter what kind. Seeing as you boys can't go home for the time being.
Got us there.
So y'all gotta learn about the wider world. Now, if y'all can't find the stuff I need, it ain't no big deal, but it'd surely help me out if you could.
Just what Taco ordered.
Yeah, took care of that pretty quickly.
Not much of a job.
Oh, a
Let's deliver
tomato!
this as a show of thanks.
Oh shit, I already have it. Okay, so
how's it
if
going, boys?
oops, I did not mean to interact with you.
How's about a bite to eat?
Apparently I already have the damn thing. Cool. But if that's the case, I'm gonna go quest.
Oh,
Yeah,
Y'all went and got one
it was a tomato. Oh, I thought you meant like some other types of edibles, you know. I know it was a tomato. What else could it be?
Appreciate your help. Here's a little care package. Should make for good eating.
Perfect. Giggy ham. Oh wow, he actually gave us a. Oh, he's giving us a lot of stuff. Nice, thank you. How nice of you. Okay, so that's one out of the way. There's more there, so yeah,
Did he give you
I'll just
some
go talk
food?
to.
He said it makes good eating.
All right, I'll cook it up at our next camp.
Now that's a
Sweet.
plan.
Sweet. So yeah, let's go talk to Sid then. So this is gonna be side quests popping up there. We'll probably be able to just keep going back. But Sid.
Crystal and the King's Ring. What they've been
Oh,
after
that's
all along.
Look at how
one talk of
cinematic
peace
this
was
looks.
Merely a pretext.
Look how cinematic this looks. These are really cool
They
shots.
played my father for a fool. Don't kid yourself. Reggie wasn't born yesterday.
Reggie, Regis.
Lucius got dealt a losing hand, and your old man played it the best he could. He saw this coming a mile away, and he wasn't gonna go down without a fight. In the end, though, well, he just wasn't enough. You need something else, you talk to Core. can't even remember the last time I saw Reggie. Feels like a lifetime ago.
This music. Oh. I have not gotten chills down my back for like... God. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Like everything about this is just polished. Like the voice acting is great, the plot setup is great, like the music is phenomenal. It's such a good game. It tells such a good story. All right, where's Sid? Because we need to talk to him. Sid, where'd you go?
Cora left a message.
Oh, there you are.
Said he'll wait for you in the tombs. There to the northwest of here. That's a short ways past the outpost. Find that first.
Very interesting place to want to meet us. Okay, so he's also got some side quests for us.
So much for everlasting peace. Is war our only option? Probably. Wonder why they bothered with the treaty in the first place.
Hearsay.
Have yourselves a good browse.
His attitude is just not in line with what's going on. Color sample book containing a complete collection of industry-grade hues.
Thank you kindly.
That's probably where I could find the black color out of that, but it's like... I don't know. How am I doing on items, actually? So, I'm good on potions. I think I'll stock up on a few more elixirs.
Good to see you again.
See how much more that costs me. Oh Christ, I can't do math. So, 3 will net me 1,200. So 5 is gonna get me 2 grand. Oh my God, they're so expensive. Okay.
Much appreciated.
And then I want to get the color book, but it's 3 grand. Nah.
Please
nah.
come again.
No, let's save my guild.
Ain't like there's anything for him here.
Everything is kind of closed. Like the whole of the continent here is basically like off limits because of the blockades. Okay. Oh wait, hold on. Whoa, wait. So Insomnia is this way. That is so... Wait. Did I... Are there whole sections to this game that I never even unlocked? Even though it took me like 5 years to finish the game to... Were there entire areas of the map that I never even got around to seeing? I mean, like all of this, I have seen because like over here is like a volcano. I think that's like a pretty big plot point in the game. There's a handful of dungeons up over here. There's other dungeons like scoured all throughout the map. Lestalem, where Gladiol's sister is, Iris, she's somewhere up in here. I think, yeah, this is Lestalem right here. But like, I don't know, like lead down here, and then you actually have Insomnia up over here. And it's like, I don't ever remember venturing down into these areas. Same with like the whole like Duskgate area here, Duskgate. I don't think you ever actually venture over there, and like you certainly don't venture up in here. So it's like, is that just filler for the map, or can you actually eventually get out there? That'd be very interesting to see. All right, what you got for us? Quest.
Oh, hey boys. You got time to lend a fella a helping hand?
Oh, hell yeah.
A simple shopping trip this time.
Nope, this one's gonna take some effort. I'm sending y'all straight to the source this time. In other words, it's hunting time. The stuff I want y'all to collect, I'm fixing to use in a new dish. Hope you can help me out.
We have
Absolutely.
what we're capable. Get it back before it spoils.
This engine does metals really well. Oh, apparently I also have that ingredient. So procurement hunting, it helps. But like, look how good the metals look in this game. I mean, like, again, like reflective surfaces like this are not terribly difficult to do, but it's like there's also like some minor imperfections on them. Like there's like distortions around the corners of the plates, and like proper refractions and stuff like that. They're very like low res refractions, but it's like this engine does reflectiveness really well. Like especially like on the wet clothing, it does reflectiveness really well. Like, even if you look at the leather over there, even if you come over here and look at the leather, like you get the specular highlights on the top of it of where the light's reflecting off of it at the sharp angles, which is realistic to how leather works and that kind of thing. So it's a really good engine, and they turned it up to 11 with
How was the
Forspoken.
hunt, boys?
Good. What are you gonna make with this stuff?
Something
Hey,
I know
Noct.
you'll like.
You mean?
Yep. So
Hey,
y'all
Noct,
make
you
sure
look like
to
you're
drop
suffering
by
from
or
some
something.
jaundice there. You okay?
Meantime, let's hear what's
It's like
meat on
eyes
your
are yellow. It's like eyes are yellow. It's like contracted jaundice. Or not contracted, it's suffering from jaundice. Klein wheat. Dual horn steak. Oh shit, he's actually given us a lot of procurements there. Okay, what else you got for us?
Oh, there you are.
Am I just gonna keep like
You won't do me a favor?
Sure.
he must be standing there like
This time.
Another
that was
hunt.
actual work for you
Cupboard's
guys.
darn near empty.
Okay, we're on it.
Knew I could count on y'all. Good hunting.
Oh, okay, so this one I actually need to go collect. Okay. Let's see. What have I got? I forget. Quest, Sirio. Oh, I have 2. Oh, right. I need to get a, oh, shit. I completely forgot about this poor sod. Okay. But you are way past the blockade, so I can't even do that yet. How's my hunt coming along, though? Because I'm level 11.
Sid's friends, was it?
Yeah.
But of course.
Oh. Hammerhead hot sandwich. Boost attack by 80 and maximum health by 200. Whoa. For only 150 gil. Oh shit, that's actually... Except this one's better. But it's 700 gil versus 150. Oh, wow. Okay,
Y'all
cool.
take care now.
Yeah. Let's go talk to Sid, because Sid also had a couple of side quests for us.
Seems to me Taka could do his own hunting.
Take a chef's knife and doink.
He's no doubt aware of the proper points of separation. Will be quite the carver.
Not creepy at all.
Well, I mean, it's one thing to be able to prepare a dish, and it's another thing to be able to hunt for it, right?
Interesting toy you got there.
This? It's just something we picked up after taking out some Imperials.
Well, I'll
It's an engine
be
blade.
Crown City made. If you like, I can make this puppy better. Give it more oomph.
How?
I can mod it for you.
Mod it?
Can you now?
Look, I got diddly squat to do what with Cindy taking care of the garage. If you can find the parts, I can do the work for you.
Sid Sophier, Master Mechanic. Is that his last name? Sophier? Sophier? Is that Sid and Cindy's surname? Man, like, I've been playing this game from, like, the day it released on console before even coming over to PC. I played this game day 1 from its original release in 2016. Like, is this when the game originally... Okay, hang on. I'm doing a quick fact check. Yeah, 2016. My God, that makes me feel old. I mean, that's only... Okay, so, like, that's 7 years ago. That's 7 years ago. I'm 20 now. 7 years ago, I was 13. Like, I mean, like, 7 years ago altogether is not that much time, but it's like, from how long I've been alive, like, that's a not insignificant portion of my life. Like this game has been in my life for a long time, and I never knew that was their surname, Sulfur. Is that what it was? Sulfur? No, not Gear Quests. Yeah, Sulfur. Yeah, something like that. However you pronounce that. It's like, man, I had no idea that that was their surname. Cool. Following a clash with Imperial forces, the party picked up a weapon which turns out to be of Lucian origin. If Noctis can obtain a metal scrap, Sid claims he can enhance it. So, a metal scrap. Metal scrap. Do I not have a metal scrap? Because I have the, yeah, I've got the engine blade down here. And the drain lance. So... yeah, I do have metal scrap. Is that what it was? Metal scrap, right? Okay, I'm hunching into my microphone again. I can't do that. Yeah, it's just a metal scrap he wanted, so I should be able to just talk to him now. Yeah.
Proceed with thanks. Y'all just leave the rest to me.
Oh, I got a lot of XP for that. Ooh,
Remember,
nice.
practice makes perfect.
Alright. So we upgraded the drain lance. Nice. That's... so what does the drain lance do? Oh, it's 48 attack. I still have stuff that's stronger than that, but yeah, okay. Cool. And Igni can use it. Oh, Igni can use it. What does Igni have equipped right now? Let's see. He's got that. And the Drain Lance is still weaker than it, though. So, that sucks. But the magic is a lot more powerful. It absorbs elemental powers of defeated foes. Oh. Wow. So it's good in some ways, but not so great in others. Actually, I want to have a look at... it's so weird seeing them in all these different outfits. But he... I did actually play the game for a little while with him just in this outfit, because it's like, that's honestly kind of like what I like to wear if I have the clothing available to me, is that kind of thing, so I would get him to wear stuff like that. Oh, that's awesome. Festive ensemble. Looks like he's about to play mariachi. Oh, what? They have Assassin's Creed clothes in here. Whoa. Yeah, they've got Assassin's Creed clothes in here. Look at that. Oh, what is it? That's, I've honestly, I played, like, yay much of the first Assassin's Creed. That's Ezio, right? Somebody please slap me across the face and correct me if I'm wrong, but, like, that's Ezio, right? Like, his clothing from the first 3 Assassin's Creed games? No, Ezio was in the first 2, absent for the 3rd, but he came back for the 4th, right? Or was he in for the first 3? Somebody please correct me. But... oh, yeah. Hell yeah, look at this. Look at me, guys. Man, the cloth sims aren't all that great on it, but... cool. And then the Magitech exoskeleton suit just looks like that. But, I'll just leave him in his default clothes. But, they look the best. They look the best anyway. But yeah, so that'll do it for today. So actually made some pretty good progress with the story. Pretty horrific event actually occurred. Again, I completely forgot just like how scary that actually is. Because it's like, it's like, again, it's a video game, it's a fictional story, it's taking place in a fantasy world. But nonetheless, like something like that happening, like it's real. Like that kind of stuff does actually happen. And I just realized now, 2 hours into the recording, that my little stupid head is facing the wrong direction. I am not going to be able to fix that. God damn it. I could have had it looking a lot more natural. Damn it. Okay, well, I know for next time now. But yeah, wow. Cool. Again, like, I knew that plot point was coming. I knew that those cutscenes were coming, but it's just, I just forgot how emotional it was. And like, for anybody watching this that is into that kind of stuff in video games, there's a lot more of this to come with Final Fantasy 15, and there's a lot more game ahead of us. Like, this is just the beginning of the game. There's so much more ahead, so much more to do, so much more to accomplish, and I'm very much looking forward to it. And I'm gonna force myself to adhere to a schedule. This little tiny unmotivated brain up here, it's gonna stick to a schedule. It's gonna work this time. We're gonna finish it in a meaningful amount of time. And I will also be getting back to Spider-Man. I have not played Spider-Man since, like, oh my god, like December of 2022 was like the last time I touched Spider-Man Remastered. So it's like, gonna get that started again. I want to finish that because I also have Miles Morales, and like, they both look like such great games. With Into the Spider-Verse 2, well, it's not called Into the Spider-Verse, it's like, what is it called, Beyond the Spider-Verse or something like that. So something like that. The sequel to Into the Spider-Verse is coming out here real quick, so I feel like playing Spider-Man Miles Morales might kind of warm us up for that kind of thing to come. So it's like, yeah, I have a few ideas as to what I want to get doing. I want to wrap up. I'm almost done Half-Life. I'm in the end game of Half-Life. Forspoken, I don't think we're anywhere near. I mean, I know for a fact that in Forspoken we're nowhere near the end. We're nowhere near the end with this either. Spider-Man, I genuinely completely forget where the hell we left off at, but more of that to come. I'm not gonna promise any exact dates, but it's coming. It's gonna be in the works. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and hope you enjoyed, and hope to catch you in the next one. Thank you.